Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, October 21st. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias that you can follow me on if you'd like to see what I get up to in between episodes. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there if you'd like. I also have show notes, so links to things that I will be talking about will be linked on my blog, which if you're on YouTube, the link to my blog is down below, or if you are on my blog already, everything is already there. I am also a knitting pattern tech editor. So if you know of someone who is in need of an upcoming knitting pattern editor, I would love to work with you. If you'd like to find out more information, you can either send me a message or email me, or you can check out the Graceful Edits tab, which is on my blog. We have so much to go over today, and we're going to go over the second part of my very fun and fiber-filled September today, which was DFW Fiber Fest. So we have a lot to go over. Of course, I didn't stop knitting between last time and now, so we also have projects to go over as well. But that's okay. I have my coffee for my low energy day. I have a cat who has just joined me and is now walking on his little crinkle mat. I know, thank you so much. Are you coming to help today? Normally he's asleep during me recording because I normally record later in the day, but today I'm trying not to procrastinate and I'm trying to be on top of my to-do list. And so he's gonna be a little more active today. I know, yes, I know. What a sweet little baby. So I'll try not to be too distracted. Anyway, so if you want to go grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, whatever it may be, whether it's bringing you rest or joy, or I'm helping you get through a task that is not as much fun, whatever it is, you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. That's mine. That's not yours. No. You want to say hello to the people? It's been a while since you've said hello. You are purring so loudly. He's a big boy now. He'll be a year in November. He's just a little chicken. We do love him very much. He was full of energy today. And so now you've seen little kitten Rusty, now you've seen big boy Rusty. He is full of beans. And he's just gonna chill and hang out with me, it looks like. But he wanted to get into my beverage, my coffee, iced coffee. I apologize if you can hear all the crinkling. But it's gonna keep him quiet, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. So with DFW, we have so much to talk about. We have significantly more yarn acquisitions from DFW. As you can imagine, as a big yarn convention, Fiber Fest, there were many incredible makers and fun people to meet and to see, which was wonderful. Where to begin? We took 3 classes, and by we, I mean myself, my mom, and my sister Katie. And so we took Knit Smart. I'm trying to think of the days that we did them. So on Friday, we all congregated in Dallas on Thursday because my sister and my brother-in-law live in Dallas, which was very wonderful. So we did get like an Airbnb because there were more of us staying, but it was nice to have like their house as like a place to congregate if we needed to, which is very convenient. So we all arrived on Thursday. On Friday we had the market. We did a market day, basically, and we did all the shopping, which was great. And then we had a class, which was Knit Smart by Stephanie Pearl McPhee, or the Yarn Harlot, as you may be more familiar with her name, which was incredible. On Saturday in the morning, we had Living in Color, or Life in Color, or something about color with Leslie Ann Robinson, or also known as Knit Graffiti, on Instagram, and she's got several patterns. She's known for her brioche, if you're unfamiliar. And after that, we had about a 2-hour, hour and a half break, and then we took speed knitting with Stephanie Pearl McPhee, where we learned how to lever knit, and that was just, I touched on that last time, it was just, all the classes truly blew my mind, but the lever knitting in particular, it was like, what? And I know that my sister and my mom have taken those new skills of lever knitting, and that has actually pretty drastically changed how they knit and the products that they, or like the fabric that they make, and I know they're both very happy with it, which is wonderful. So it was very, very fascinating. That's a general overview of the weekend. What was the Knit Smart class? So the Knit Smart class was basically Stephanie Pearl McPhee, or Stephanie, or whatever. It's one of those names where I feel like I have to say the whole name because that's how I've always referred to her as, but obviously she's just Stephanie. Like, she can't also be just Stephanie. So what did we learn? We learned basically a checklist. She gave us a checklist, or things to look for, tips for the ultimate success in making a long-lasting knit item, or crochet. This would also apply. Basically picking yarn for a project, and then making sure you have all the right information to make it successfully, to be the right size, to last a long time, to not require more yarn, that kind of thing. So it was really interesting. A lot of the information were things that I already kind of knew about, but it was interesting to hear from a different perspective in regards to, like, we're looking at it instead of just like, these are things that, general guidelines, obviously, but it was like, I don't know how to describe this. Just with a different perspective of coming at it with what I would say is success as the goal, opposed to like just knitting with something soft because you wanted to knit with something soft. Fully understanding that if you do that, it might pill more, or the stitch, if you're doing a cabled sweater and the yarn is really soft, it may hang weirdly. It may hang not quite like the picture. If you're looking for something with good stitch definition and you have a yarn that doesn't have that, it's not going to look exactly like the picture. So I think it's just like maybe fully understanding what things will do, and if you want to do a certain thing, how to find those things. It was very vague. It's fascinating. It was truly fascinating. If you ever get a chance to take a class from her, or Leslie Ann Robinson, or Gudrun Johnston, as I talked about last time, jump on that chance, because it's just wonderful. Just wonderful. Or just take a class. Or just do that. But from the teachers that I have taken from recently, I can attest they are incredible teachers. They are just very fun people and are wealths of knowledge, which is just very cool. So It was definitely a more of a lecture style class, which was really awesome for me because I needed to work on my Ellen Griswold socks. So I worked on them and got through the entire leg practically, which is pretty incredible. And then I got stuck because I had to do a heel I had never done before, which resulted in me learning something new. But it was like, oh my. I learned a lot. I got a lot of knitting done. We laughed a lot. It was great. Super fun. And it was a nice way to end the day. I think it was a nice, like, after doing all the shopping that we did and then getting to sit and listen and, like, not necessarily have to use our brains a ton. Obviously, we're taking in all this information, but it wasn't like, okay, now you have to, like, learn how to knit a different way or whatever, or we're looking at the science behind color. It was more of like, I'm speaking to you and here is all this information that I have done this research on, which is very cool. So that was really nice, and it was just again a very nice way to end the day. Would recommend that class. It was fascinating. It's truly fascinating. We talked about staple lengths. That was very fun. A lot about the history of knitting in both of Stephanie's classes, which was very cool. If different amounts of history, if that makes sense. So I think I can't remember which one actually had more history to it, but there was one of them that definitely had more history, which I thought was interesting that she included. So that was very cool. And yeah, it was just very fascinating. And then we went home and had a delightful dinner, had some margaritas. It was great. Was really excited about the next day, very excited about our purchases, all fun things. And then on Saturday morning was our color class with Leslie Ann, and it was just so much fun. It was so inspiring. It made me want to, like, put up a massive color wheel somewhere in this, like, yarn area that I have. It was just so cool. I mean, generally I understand color theory. Generally, I would say I have a pretty good understanding of color theory, but, and I like how I pick out colors for me. I think, not to pat myself on the back, but I think I do a pretty good job. And taking the class from someone who is, like, literally professionally trained in color and art was like, oh wow, I'm looking at this in a whole new perspective. I'm getting a whole new perspective. I'm getting this, like, different way to look at it, which is literally another way to say perspective, but that's okay. And it was, again, like I said last time, it was just a wonderful reminder of, like, it's a wonderful thing to take things that you're passionate about and continue your learning about it, because, again, you're gonna come across things that you may already know, basic knowledge, but it's gonna be told to you or explained or shown in a different way that you may not have known before or even thought about before, or maybe you had but didn't know enough about it. And so now, if you ever get the chance to teach someone, or if, like, you get to show someone, or again do that 30-minute presentation, you have this, like, brand new, like, element that you can put into your perspective, and that kind of influences it, and then it turns into this whole new thing, and it's just really cool and just gets me really, really excited. If you couldn't tell, the last episode and this episode is just like keep on learning. Everyone just keep on learning. It's just so much fun. So we, like, there was a slideshow that Leslie Ann did of color theory and thinking about the different, like, things on the color wheel and how they all work together, and she had examples and whatever. And then the other half of the class, we all had brought scraps from our stash. We got to play around, and we got to make little color palettes, and then if we wanted to, we could knit them into swatches. And I honestly don't even know where those swatches are. I think they're in the bottom of this bag, my delightful bag of goodies from Fiberfest. And so that was just so much fun, and I was sitting next to, I met the person I was sitting next to, and I have unfortunately forgotten her name. On one side was Carrie and on the other side was Terry, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Who was sitting on the other side of my mom, and she met her. And then my sister was in between my mom and I. So it's funny that the names were similar. They didn't know each other. But it was very cool, and it's just so much fun to meet people, and like you're both there for the same reason, obviously, and it's just very fun to get to meet and to chat and do the thing, do the Fiberfest stuff and make new friends and enjoy fiber together. So it was a wonderful time. After that, there's a beeping. It has stopped. Someone must be having work done. There have been several houses on our street getting new roofs this week, and thankfully they're further down, so it hasn't been very loud, but there have been a lot of workers on our street, which has been loud. Which that could be. But anyway, so we took the color class. It was super fun, and it was just very inspiring. Look at color a whole different way now, and there's it's not that I look at it in a different way. I look at it in a way with new tools and a new way to think outside my color box. Does that make sense? Like, I know what I like, and I know what looks good on me, and I know what makes me happy, and now I have tools to use those things, but also think outside the box in a different way, which is exciting for me. So, would also recommend, like I said, I'd recommend all these classes, or any kind of color theory class, but I mean, Leslie Ann is just wonderful. I do believe this class is available online. I could be wrong, but like, she has stuff put together. She has some other online classes available, like I think she's got a brioche one as well. Great brioche teacher. Not who I learned how to knit brioche from, but someone who I have learned a lot of brioche techniques following that. And she's just very wonderful. It was so exciting to get to meet her in person. So after that, we did a little bit more shopping. It was very brief. It wasn't a ton of time, but I used my newfound color knowledge and picked out yarn for a shawl that I've been thinking about making for a really long time. I'm actively working on it. I'm very excited. There was some, I ran into, after working on it, I ran into a bit of a yarn snafu, but I have remedied that since then, and we're back on track, and we're just gonna use it as a learning experience, and I'm not ripping it out, but we'll get to it in a little bit. So we did some shopping. It was great. Used my color knowledge. It was wonderful. So much fun. And then we went to learn how to speed knit with Stephanie Pearl McPhee, and so much fun. So cool. And I feel so strongly about this. I have no words. It was just so cool. if you have the opportunity to pick between Knit Smart and speed knitting, I would recommend speed knitting. Not that the other one wasn't important, but I think if you like are wanting to learn something that's like kind of groundbreaking, speed knitting is what you should take. So that had history. That was also like kind of also analyzing how we knit currently, learning about how literal physical positions of knitting have changed over time, which is just like things I had never thought about before. How do we currently sit? How's like ergonomically the best way to sit, kind of how our arms need to be placed, so angles, elbows, shoulders, that kind of thing. We analyzed our knitting in regards to speed, how fast we could knit. That was pretty cool. I believe I could knit 30, I think it was 32 or 33 stitches per minute. Is that right? Yes, because she said ultimately the grand goal would be to knit 60 stitches per minute, which is literally obviously a stitch per minute or stitch per second, which depending on how you knit, how you tension your yarn, and what the method of knitting that you use dictates how fast you can go. And so, like, if you make little tweaks, you can get there very easily. And there are things that I can do that I know that will help me knit faster. And also, quick side note, the goal of really anybody, unless you are a competitive knitter, should not be how fast you knit. The point is the joy that it brings you and the fun that it is and the like making the item, wearing the item, gifting the item, whatever it is. The goal is not to knit faster just so you can knit faster. Though that would be nice, goodness knows, I would love to be able to knit faster so I can knit more things and I could utilize the hours in the day more, but that is not ultimately, that should not be the end all be all of our knitting goals, in my opinion. But I do stand pretty strongly behind that. So when I say I would like to knit faster, it is not because of that. It is because I love knitting so much. I'd like to be able to do more of it in the day. Not because I need to like be the best, be the fastest. Whoa, that's not my goal. And I would say if that is your goal, I would say maybe think about, maybe let's like reevaluate the priorities. Are you having a good time? That's important. Are you having a fun time? Is it stressing you out that you can't knit that many stitches in a minute? If you answered yes to that question, I think there should be a reevaluation of priorities. Unless you're a competitive knitter, in which case that's a whole other subject. But that's just my opinion. Doesn't have to be your opinion. That's just my opinion. But learning how to evaluate our knitting, evaluate how we sit, evaluate how we knit, how we tension, learning how to leave knit, that was truly fascinating. Getting to take classes from Stephanie was just wonderful. Again, like I said last time, my mom and I have been huge fans of her for really, really, really long time. Pretty early on in our knitting career, which is close to 20 years at this point. But we have her books. We read her blog pretty religiously. And it was just very cool to get to meet her in person and hear her be just as funny in person as she was in her book, or she is in her books and on her social medias and things like that. So that was very cool. And it was a nice end to the Fiberfest weekend. It was a wonderful, like, I think it was really nice that we ended the second day with like the most brain heavy thing, I think, because we had completed our shopping. We were done, didn't need to make any more decisions other than like what we were doing for dinner, which is just not knitting related. So that was really nice. I'm glad that it worked out the way that it did. It was perfect. The shopping was great. Got to see people, got to touch yarn, got to do all the fun things, project plan, pretty much like hit all the things that I was looking for that were priorities for me. I went in more mindfully. I feel like I didn't like go crazy with purchases. Not to say that I didn't get a lot. I did get a lot, but it wasn't like I just need all of it, which is what I wanted to do. But I was very mindful of what I like really wanted to knit now. Does that make sense? So, and I got some other fun things that are like knitting adjacent, fiber related. I got a cool backpack from By the Bay, which I realize is in the other room and I'll have to go get that, but that's okay. Those are the classes. Again, do not write off learning about something that you may know a lot about. You may know everything. I don't think so. I know I don't know everything, and I do know a lot about knitting, but I don't know everything. Even if you know everything that's being taught, there's still just like an element of joy sometimes of just being like, I'm not the one I'm not the one teaching, or I'm not the one who's like in charge right now. I can just sit back and relax and have a good time and listen and learn and think about things, and it's just so cool. I can be part of class. I loved it. So don't write that off. If you have the ability to take classes, especially if they are fiber creative, passion related, always fun. Would recommend. So that ends the class portion of this episode. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm sorry that came at the very beginning. I hope that was entertaining to you, or interesting, or whatever. I don't know. So we're gonna go over yarn acquisitions now, everyone. And I'm gonna go over this first one that I did end up starting, just because it's right on top. So I got this yarn after the color class, so I was using my color knowledge, my new color excitement to pick out these colors. I wanted something bright. I am knitting the Sugar Rush shawl by someone I can't remember the name of, and I am so sorry. Okay, yes. This is the Sugar Rush shawl by Jackie Verbeek. And it uses, she is known by Knitted by Jackie Verbeek on Instagram. She's currently knitting the Mystery Knit Along, so that's very cool. Oh, I love her colors. How fun. That's a distraction. So the shawl uses 4 colors, or 3 colors if you are doing the small version. There are 2 sizes. I am doing the small version, like I said, and I knew I wanted bright colors, and I knew that I loved Charming You, and I knew that Maureen does bright colors so well. And so I was like, we got down from the classroom and we made a beeline for Charming You, which was very fun. So here is her logo. It's just so cute. I have knit with her yarn before, and I actually did her advent calendar last year. It was the Around the World. It was all different locations, which was very fun. So I got 3 skeins, 2 of her sock yarn, and then 1 of her boucle. Here is one of my sock yarns, which is called Electric Slide, which is just so much fun. My boucle is called Dancing Queen, which I think is just a blast. So much fun. And I also do love that song, because who doesn't? If it doesn't make you dance, then I don't know. I don't even know. And then my third color, I now have to close my project bags, otherwise Rusty will stick his head in there and chew on my needles. And then my third color is this lime green, which is called Kiwi. So we have these. Ba-ba. So I do love this color combination, do not get me wrong. Because we all make mistakes, I didn't realize or think about the fact that the boucle that was called for in the pattern was referring to another boucle that is technically a lace weight. So I saw boucle and I was like, boucle, DK weight boucle. And that is not correct. That is not correct. And I didn't even think about that until I had done 2 of these like lacy whole things out of this boucle and had gotten through a pretty long brioche 2-color brioche section. So I'm not ripping it out. It will be okay. It is a reminder to me. I don't mind it. And I have come up with another plan. So my new plan is actually something I got at DFW the first time we went, which is this. This is Surrey from Mace of Skeins, who we got to see Macy there. That was very fun. I made a sweater out of this yarn a couple years ago after I got it. It's the Hot Kiss colorway. I don't believe she has this colorway anymore, because I know she did like a colorway refresh. But this is her Full House lace, which is 74 baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk. This is exactly what I should have been looking for. And it was silly of me to not get that right. But, you know, we all make mistakes. It's okay. I have fixed it. I have remedied it. Why did I put that back in there? I still need this. We're putting these in here. Actually, I should put this with this. Oop. The boucle will be used. It will be loved because, again, I love the colorway. I love the name. I love the yarn. I love boucle. It will be used. So here is my Sugar Rush shawl by Jackie Verbeek. Ta-da! It's a lot of texture. It's a lot of color. It's a lot of stitches. It's a lot of things. But I kind of really love it. And yes, you can see that the boucle is up there and it doesn't lay as nicely, and that is okay. It's gonna block. I know it will block out. I know it will. I am not worried. It'll be fine. We're leaving it. So, this is my Sugar Rush shawl. This was exactly what I was looking for. Even if this color was not ended up being used, the boucle, that's okay. We still are using color techniques that I know of and I learned with this hot pink, and I also love that I get to use this hot pink and that I purchased it at a previous DFW that I went to. So, all DFW Fiberfest yarns, just from different years. and I think it's just going to be really amazing once I continue the progress. So I have another 2-color brioche section coming up after this one, and yeah, I just really like how all the colors are playing together, which is really nice because that's obviously what the goal I had. And you can see that I've got the kiwi on the flip side of that. So it's my Sugar Rush shawl. My Progress Keeper I also got from Fiberfest. It was this cute little fiber friend, oops, from Heathered Handmaids, because I think this will be easier. Because I got one of her Fiber Friends tote bags because it's just too cute, and you got one of these Progress Keepers with a purchase of a bag. And I love it. It's so cute. Speaking of the bag, here's the bag. The bag holds a lot. Here is her Fiber Friends bag. She designed this herself. It's so cute. Fiber Friends are the best friends, which I would agree with. There's a big pocket on the inside. It's got a zipper closed top. It's very nice canvas, flat bottom. I don't think she has these in her shop anymore. At one point she was doing a pre-order. I don't think she's doing that anymore. But keep your eyes peeled. She may do more of these in the future. I don't know, but I'm so happy that I got one. And I got one of her Progress Keepers. They're so cute. And I love these little llamas and alpaca and the sheep. It's just so happy. So it was very nice to have a big bag to carry all the yarn acquisitions in. Next up, we'll do something that's a little different. I ended up getting some spinning fiber, everyone, from Butterfly Girl Designs. She's on Etsy. And I got 2 bumps, and the way that they were displayed, let me tell you, if I hadn't been a spinner, I would have been like, I need those. These are just so beautifully displayed. They drew us in, and I was sold. Truly sold. I'm not going to take these out of the bags because they will fall apart. And this one in particular has, actually they both do, a good amount of stellina in them, and I don't want them to go all over the rug and then Rusty eat that. So I'm gonna leave it in here and just let me see if I can kind of fold this back maybe. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is how we're gonna do it. Is this not the most beautiful thing? They're just so incredible. I think these are art bats, I believe. So this is called Seashells. This is 4 ounces. It's 40% merino, 10% Tessa silk, 40% bamboo, 10% nylon Firestar, and Angelina, which, I don't know, it was just so beautiful. It was the first one I saw, and I went back to it, and I was just like, this is gonna be spun up. I'm gonna have a fun time with this. It's been a while. Actually, the way that this bat is prepared, I have not spun from a bat like this, which is a very common way to prepare a bat. It just speaks to my lack of spinning experience, but I'm excited. I think it'll be totally fun. And then I got this one, which is 4.25 ounces. This is a butterfly. Oh, this is an art bat, excuse me, because this has various fibers. Oh, there's not even like a percentage of things. It just says various fibers. This is a one-of-a-kind, super chunky art bat. You can sell this kind of neutrally. I saw this one as we were checking out, and it was like, oh man, I think that would be really, really beautiful. and I don't know if you'll be able to see the dimension of the colors and the different fibers and everything, but there is Stellina in there, or Angelina or whatever, Firestar, there's fun locks in there, there's a bunch of gray and blue at the bottom that you can't really see. I'm excited. I don't really know. This will be a new experience for me, and I'm very excited to try it out and see what it's like. And would highly recommend you checking them out on Etsy. Here is the of course they will be linked in the show notes, but there is their card name URL. So this was so fun. Definitely an impulse decision, but I am not complaining. So yes. Moving along. What other small things did I get? I'm actually gonna go and run and get my By the Bay bag very quickly. I have my name tag in here. Got some class notes. Okay, I'm gonna go run and get this backpack and I'll be out of the back. Okie dokie. I love By the Bay bags. They are so well made and I just love them. They're such a sweet couple, and the fact that it's a husband and wife, and the husband is like the best salesman ever. He's just so fun to talk to. It's just, we love this. It's a beautiful maroon. Goodness knows we love a good maroon in this household, which if you're new here is because I went to Texas A&M and one of their colors is maroon if you are new. I had seen these little mini backpacks on their Instagram, and originally I had seen like a tomatoey red one and was like, oh man, that is so cute. The yellow one was also really cute, and then I saw the maroon one and I was like, I do love those colors, but I must always do the maroon. It goes with everything and I love it, and it's such a good maroon. So yes, I'm so happy that I got this. I think they sold out of these backpacks very quickly. We have the 2 pockets on the front, which is really nice. Oh, actually there's a card. Bingo! Wendy. Wendy is the maker behind By the Bay bag company. And then on the inside there's a really nice zipper pull. And on the inside there are 2 more pockets. And I have a Kleenex down in there. Because you know I've been using it. So I believe that they are taking a break right now from making bags and doing updates, which, you know, life stuff happens, and I'm very excited for the things that they have in store coming up, but I don't know if when they'll be back to making bags, which is kind of sad, but it's a bittersweet thing. So, but who knows what their plans are. So just follow them on Instagram and keep an eye out if you are interested in getting their bags. They have other bags. They got bigger bags. They got smaller bags. I have another one of the maroon ones. I remember correctly. Oh yeah, it's right over there. It's one of the small ones. It is literally the same color. I know what I like. So, we love By the Bay. We just love the bags so much. So, keep an eye out for them when they come back, and if you are looking for some really well-made project bags that are made in Texas, great. Great. So, we've got 3 projects. I'm gonna do these next. The first time we went to DFW, Mustache Stacy of Mustache Yarns was not a vendor, which totally, like, not mad about that. Just stating facts. And so when I saw that she was gonna be vending this year, I was just over the moon because I've not met her, and I finally got to meet her, which is so exciting. Again, been such a huge fan for such a long time, and I finally got to meet her in person, and we've both followed each other for a really long time, and so it was really nice to just give her a hug and chat for a little bit. So of course, we got yarn. I think all three of us, my mom and my sister and myself, all got yarn to make socks, and I'm pretty sure my mom and my sister have cast on at least one of theirs. So here are my two skeins. I got a very Hobbit Christmas because I am such a fan of this colorway, and I feel like it's really hard to get sometimes. That I could be making that up in my mind, but I saw it and there was so much of it, and I was like, I need this now. And then I also got Big Bend, which, if you are unfamiliar, Stacy was, maybe still is, or at least was doing a collection based off of national parks, which is super cool. And if you are unfamiliar, Big Bend is in Texas, and Big Bend is also one of Sam, who's my husband, his favorite national parks, or like places to go and camp in Texas. So I may make him a pair out of these. I may try and squeeze 2 pairs out of this if I can. So, because I know that he would really like these colors, and the fact that it's Big Bend themed, I know he would really love. So I am so excited about these two, and it was so much fun to see all the colorways in person and just like, again, meet Stacy, and it was just so cool. I loved being in that booth. It was so inspirational. It made me want to knit like only socks. No more sweaters, no more shawls, no more anything, just socks. It was cool to see colorways that like I haven't seen in a really long time, and like little swatches, and like the Christmas colorways and the holiday colorways, and it was just a very fun time. So we had a blast, and I think that was the end. I believe that was one of our last purchases on Friday. So it was a nice closeout to the shopping day. So that was very fun. Can't wait to cast on those. I'm gonna save my what was my favorite, like what I went in and I was like, we have to go here first. I'm gonna save that for last. So we went to a new to me yarn dyer, or one that I have not really seen around a ton. I think I had heard of them before, and then when I saw that they were vending, I was very excited. So, I have several minis from A Chick That Knits. Please focus. They are based out of Edmond, Oklahoma, which, if you are new here, I don't often talk about this, but I am originally from Oklahoma, fun fact. And not Edmond, but close by. And so that was very cool. It was a beautiful booth. The colors were incredible, very fun bases. They had a wool cotton blend that was super popular, and it sold out very quickly. It was very just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Backstory. We were the night before at some point. No, I think we actually were talking about this while like we were taking a break from shopping or something like that. I went in going knowing that I wanted to make the bubble bandana by Stephen West. Again, if you're new, big Stephen West fan. I'm knitting the Mystery Knit Along. I'm just looking at the time. I realize we're almost at an hour and I haven't gone over my current projects. we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, he has a bubble bandana that's like, oh, obviously like a little bandana, but it uses the bubble stitch, which is what I used, obviously, when I made his bubble cardigan, which was my Rhinebeck sweater last year. Favorite. Love that cardigan. It's the one I reach for most often. So I love doing the bubble stitch already, and I know that it's in the mystery knit along, so I'm excited about that. But wanted to make the little bandana. So I was like, minis are what we need, what I need, and my mom and my sister looked at the picture of the one that he had made, and they were like, we love those colors, let's try and match it. And we matched it pretty much perfectly. It was just so awesome. We definitely like scouted around, and we bought from different people to find like the perfect color palette for them, and that was just so awesome. It's gonna be so beautiful. It like matches the original pretty spot on, which is really cool. I knew that I wanted to pick from the mini skein wall that A Chick That Knits had, because they had a ton of minis. And I came out with this palette that brings me so much joy. I love it so much. Let me remove my fingers now that I'm not gripping it with a death grip. I made this purchase, and then we went to go say hi to Heather at Heathered Handmaids, and I showed her, and she was like, that's a very you palette. And I was like, you're right. That is not wrong. That is not an incorrect statement. You are correct. But I love this. I don't know how well that's showing up, but it is like mulberry wine fall vibes. We have caramel over here. We have Gothic Enchantress. We have pomegranate. We have Bashful, this light one. And then we have mulled wine. And I love it so much. I think this is going to be so much fun. I want to cast it on now, but I just recently had a new cast on. If you follow me on Instagram, I did have a FOMO I'm not at Rhinebeck cast on. So I did just use, I'm doing that, but I don't really care, and I kind of want to cast this on because I think it would be fast. But also I need to finish things. I'm running out of empty needles, and I feel like that's a sign I need to slow down. But anyway, this is going to be the bubble bandana, and I am over the moon. I love this so much. So much. So there's that. And the last yarn acquisition I am so excited about. I saw them post about this. It was a triple booth with Fangirl Fibers, with Yarnaceous Fiber Yarns, Yarnaceous something, and Pacific Fiber Company, and she's known for her doodle packs, if you're unfamiliar. And I saw that Fangirl Fibers and Yarnaceous, I need to look that up because I need to get that correct. I am so sorry. That is my bad. Oh yeah, it is Yarnaceous. Yes, Yarnaceous. They had kind of done this collection based off of hauntings in Texas, and so like kind of mysterious, spooky ghost stories based off of things that are in Texas. So you've got the Marfa Lights, you've got the Ghost Road, you've got the Goat Bridge, you've got a bunch of other ones. So cool. What a unique idea. But also, they were debuting this brand new base, and I saw it and I was like, I don't care what color I get. I need that base. I need it now. So the minute we walked in on Friday, I was like, where is their booth? We're going there first. I need this yarn. And we did. And all three of us got yarn for weekenders because we saw this vase and it was just too beautiful to not get. I don't even know if this has a base name yet because they literally had just finished dyeing, especially this Haunted collection. So I got Ghost Road on this new base, and I hope it shows up well. But it is like a rainbow tweed with stellina. Is it stellina? Yes. Acrylic neps, 5% stellina, 90% superwash merino. It is truly like the most beautiful base. This is the most beautiful tweed base I've ever seen. Arguably one of the most fun, unique bases I've ever seen. They had solids and like some of their other regular colors, but this was the Haunted collection, like I said. I didn't get a skein of Marfalites, which I'm really sad about, but hopefully it'll come back around or something similar to it, but that's okay. I'm so happy with this. It's gonna make a beautiful weekender, and I am just over the moon. Like, we walked up and it was literally right there all in front, and I was like, yes, yes. This is what I came here for. And it worked out perfectly, and it was so much fun to get to talk to her and just like see their incredible booth of the three of them, and it was just so much fun. So much fun. So I need to cast this on soon, but I don't know when exactly that's gonna be. I don't know if that's actually how well it's showing up. I do apologize. We are getting by with the lighting that we have, but this is Ghost Road. Again, it is based off of a Ghost Road, and we looked it up. I'm gonna re-look it up because I can't remember. Ghost Road. Ghost Road, Texas. So it's a scenic drive in Texas, also known as the Light of Saratoga. So it's in Saratoga, Texas. Where is Saratoga, Texas? That's a really good question. It's about, it just told me how far. I'm an hour and 40 minutes away from it. It's kind of outside of Beaumont. Okay. Okay. I see. Fascinating. I thought it was down closer to the Gulf. Well, we learn something new every day. Oh my goodness. I just, so excited. Like I said, the three of us got yarn for Weekender. We all got the same base. My mom and my sister got, it's like this beautiful, I think it's a true black, called Master Gracie, which is based off of the Haunted Mansion, which is, I believe, a favorite. Yes, it's based off of the Haunted Mansion, which is a favorite of Emily, who's behind Fangirl Fibers. I am not actually very up on my Haunted Mansion knowledge, so I don't want to say something that is incorrect. but I know it has to do with the Haunted Mansion. But it is a beautiful, beautiful color, and especially with the stellina and the tweed and everything, it's just going to be so beautiful. I am in love with this color. It's brown, it's green, it's olive, it's chocolate, it's amazing. I'm so excited. So excited. And we love a good weekender moment, you know. My weekender that I made out of Heathered Handmaids a couple years ago, 2 years ago, is still one of my most worn sweaters. Like, when I can wear sweaters, it is one of my favorites. So this will be worn so much. I am so excited. So that is my DFW Fiber Fest haul, everyone. It was such a fun time. We went in with purposes, and those purposes were met, and it was great, and it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. I just can't even. I can't even. We are gonna quickly go over my projects. So we've already been over the Sugar Rush shawl. I'm gonna quickly show you these ghosty socks that I did get cast on. So I have an affiliate link with Kettle and Hearth Fibers with Michelle. So if you use my link to purchase anything from her shop, I do get a little bit of a kickback, which is wonderful. If you feel so inclined, that would be wonderful. Everything is wonderful. But anyway, I talked about these last time that I might cast on some ghosty socks with my, is it Maple Spice? Now I'm blanking on the name. Nutmeg Spice, excuse me. Nutmeg Spice, which was a skein that I got from her. I got sent from her as being part of the affiliate program. And I just love this color so much. It is just so gorgeous. It is like the epitome of fall, I think. And it looks so cute with these ghosties. I am doing one of the October socks from Summerly Knits from her year-long colorwork sock collection. I did my heel in a different color that is Suburban Stitcher that I had in my stash. I used just random stash for my ghosties. What was I going to say? I love this so much. So much. And we're just plugging along. I have finished the gusset, so now I'm just plugging along on the foot, and I'll do my toe in my contrasting color, and I can't wait to wear these. They will look so cute with my new Doc Martens that I got this year, and I'm so excited. So that is that. We are not going to go into too much detail. We don't need to talk about that one because I don't really wear count. We've already talked about that one. We're not going to talk about that one. Okay, we'll talk briefly about this. So everyone, I am doing the Mystery Knit Along. Is this in the middle of the row? Oh, poo, I think I am. Oh, I'm in the middle of this, like, setup. Ugh. Okay, so I am still working on Clue 1, everyone, of the Mystery Knit Along. I love Mystery Knit Along time, do not get me wrong. I just had a very unfortunate miscalculation on my part, and I didn't count my stitches and missed a massive increase row. So when I was almost done with Clue 1, and went to go pick up some stitches, I was like, whoa, I'm supposed to have 35 stitches here. Why do I only have 10? I think it might have been less than 10. Nowhere near 35 stitches. And that was just in one section, and I needed multiple sections that had 35, and I only had one section that had 30, opposed to 3. So I had to literally rip back to the beginning and re-knit or add two of my little circular things, semicircles. What are we calling them? Garter things? I don't know. So I had a huge setback. And I am not happy about it, and there's nothing I can do at this point. I'm almost back to where I was before. So that's a thing. So I'm really behind, but here's what I have so far. I'm still really liking it. I'm liking how it's looking. I'm having a good time now that I'm got the right stitch count. So silly of me. I don't even know what I was thinking. I wasn't paying attention when I was knitting the other circles. I was distracted. It was very, very silly of me. So, it is what it is. I had to fix it. I couldn't, like, finagle my way around it. And that's okay. That's okay. We'll get there. It's not a race. But, so I've got, like, two more of these, like, in between sections to do, and then I will finish clue 1. And then I've got the long rows that are a thing, and then I need to switch over my needles because this is what I have it on right now, and goodness knows the Stephen West shawl is not fitting on this needle. It is right now, but like it eventually won't. So like I said before, I'm running low on free needles, and it's kind of stressing me out a little bit, but that's okay. I am using my cream is Cascade Heritage that I purchased from Craftique Studios, which is just up the road from where I live. It's a new to me yarn shop. And then I'm also using this Peach Princess colorway, which I've had in my stash for a long time, and is by Peachy Skein. Bye-bye. So I'm having a good time. It's not on the back burner, and I will finish it. I will get it done. It's just not what I'm reaching for every single time I sit down right now because I got irritated by my mistake. And I needed to kind of take a break. So it's still being worked on. And at this point, because I've knit these little like garter stitch in between sections so many more times than I needed to, I'm a pro. I can just whip them out super fast. I'm all good to go. So that's the Mystery Knit Along by Stephen West that's happening. Go Go Dynamo is this year. And then finally, everyone, this is my new cast on. My Rhinebeck FOMO cast on. I was chatting with Casey of Young Folk Knits. We were both lamenting the pictures of seeing all the fun events around this Rhinebeck weekend, and so glad that everybody had a wonderful time, and just like thinking back to last year when we went and did that, and that was just so much fun. And you're like, we're gonna cast something on. We're gonna cast something on now. And so we were like, okay, I'm writing yarn, I'm finding my needles. We'll check back in later. She's knitting a Lume pullover by Sari Nordlund. And it was perfect timing because I purchased yarn from Sorella from her Eras 2 collection, which if you're unfamiliar, which I doubt anybody is, but if you are unfamiliar, the Eras collection, her Eras 1 and Eras 2 is based off of Taylor Swift, obviously, in her Eras tour. And so all the colorways are based off of Taylor Swift songs, which I feel very strongly about and am a huge fan. So I had a hard time picking between like favorite song or favorite color, because unfortunately they didn't line up, which is okay. But I went with favorite color. I also like this song. It's not my favorite, but it's like, it's such a banger. This is Illicit Affairs. It's a beautiful, beautiful rosy mauve color. And I'm knitting a long sleeve Tolsta tee by the Crayabea. I am almost done with my raglan increases. No, I'm about halfway done with my raglan increases, excuse me. So that is very exciting. This is literally all I've been working on since Friday, Saturday. I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday. So I am so excited about this. Also on this, I had forgotten that I had ordered 2 of the like super cute spooky progress keepers from Sucre Miniatures, and so I have one of these ghosty cupcakes on my work, and I just love it. I also got like an iced latte, an iced coffee drink. I can't remember if it's like a pumpkin thing or if it's a caramel thing. I have one of those as well, so I'm very excited. That could go on my bubble bandana. So I'm just having a fun time. This is like super easy knitting, super calm. I love it. So much fun. And kind of combated the Rhinebeck FOMO, so that's okay. I'm glad that everyone had a delightful time. It looked like it was an incredible year. The weather looked amazing. It looked like a blast. And I'm so glad that everyone got to go who got to go, and we could all live vicariously through them, which is wonderful. It's much appreciated. So that is all I'm going to talk about this episode. There's really not much there. I only just didn't talk about 2 projects, and I didn't honestly work on them a ton. One of them is my HAP by Gundra Johnston, and I am working on the border now, so that's exciting. But we're short on time, so, and I gotta get going. I gotta go pick up my groceries. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for coming back week after week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for hanging in there with me while I ramble about the importance of learning and just talk passionately about things I am so excited about. I hope that you are excited about them too, or I can help you be excited. Or not, that's also fine. Whatever floats your boat. But I hope you had a good time at this episode. Please check out these incredible dyers and makers that I have shared today, and there's just so much amazing yarn out there, and I want to use all of it. And again, there's not enough time in the day, so that's why we gotta knit faster, to utilize our time well, so we can just have as much fun as physically possible. You know, because that's the goal. We just want to have fun. Crafters just want to have fun. Sung to the tune of Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Has someone made that? I don't know. Wasn't there a time when Stephen West was making knitting, crafting music videos based off of popular songs? I think that is a thing. Anyway, I have social medias, I have show notes, I have tech editing information. If you have any questions, I forget anything, or just want to say hi, please feel free to send me a message. I would love that. I hope you've had a wonderful past couple of weeks and continue to have a wonderful weekend or week or whatever is ahead of you. I hope all your crafting plans are so successful. I have so many crafting plans, and I have future crafting plans, and I want to do them all now, and it's just so much fun. So much fun. All the happy things, you know. It's a good place to be. Good place to be. Yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You are wonderful. You are enough. Whatever your crafting level is, you are a good crafter. Just remember that, okay? Doesn't matter your level. You're a good crafter. And with that, I will see you all next time.